Hello, this is Pharaoh Vincent with Nation 473. Let's talk about Triangle War. I just want to give a little bit of an update. We're getting our butts kicked this round. Um, Ironically, FFO came out swinging, and I'm waiting for Onu. They gotta come. They've got so many strong cities. But this particular player, Ali X Dirk, destroyed. Destroyed us, just annihilated us. And I mean, when you're looking at somebody with 1,649% melee hit points and like 1,570, right? 1,500 MRA. That's just crazy. And I mean, I hate to say this, but like these feel low compared to what they should be. Like 55% reduction of damage. From melee troops, fine, but from long range troops, like that's the hard one. Like, don't you have the skill on Alexandria? Come on, scrub, it's bad stats. Nah, I'm just kidding. This guy's destroyed us. And so yeah, they ended up walking through our entire alliance, just about. And Onu, I mean, came in. Oh, sorry. FFO came in hard with 16 attackers. 16. That dude dropped 39 million troops by himself. And I mean, the rest of his guys are they're crazy, but they're not like, oh my god, amazing, right? So we'll see. I mean, it comes down to what happens next, right? Like they've definitely won the round. There's no way we can beat them. Onu has a chance, and it looks like they just started attacking, so maybe they come out swinging. I don't know. I kind of low key hope we take third. I feel like if we take third, then we're going to get an easier opponent in the next round, right? Because we're going to fight all the people that have 4 points or 4 stars with the way that this system works. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, right? This is the strategy. So when you win, when you take first, you get 3 stars. When you take second, you get 2 stars. When you take third, you get 1 star. So here's all of the 1-star alliances. Here's all of the 2-star alliances. And here's all the 3-star alliances. I know for a fact we're not going to be facing off against another 3-star alliance, right? So anyone who takes first in this group, we will not face. Which means that if we were to take second, we could still theoretically fight. We can't fight Onu again, but we could fight, any one of these individuals here. The first place team from here would also the second place team from this bracket would be one of our other opponents, and one of the first place teams from this bracket. However, if we were to have taken third, for whatever reason, that means we would have a total of... ignore what I previously just said now that I think about it. I did bad math. We would fight the first place team out of this bracket, the second place team out of that first bracket, and nobody out of this one would be able to qualify into the 5-point realm because they could max out at 4. The opposite, though, is technically true, right? So if we were to get third, then we could get one of these guys, but we are also equally as likely to get any of these lower tier ones. And I'd love to face any of them. They would be way more fun as a last round. And technically, we could cap out at like 7 points, which is still not bad, right? When you look at the rewards are based on how many stars you get. And getting the bronze statues, whatever. I mean, I guess we could go for a silver statue and maybe, that's great, I guess. But, the reward difference between these two isn't that high. It's 50 merit, 100 at the top, and, not much else beyond that, right? I mean, yeah, I guess the 5,000 alliance reputation matters to somebody, but not me. So it'd be interesting. The lowest we can get is 6th place, which is unlikely. As far as, in our bracket, the people that I don't want to necessarily fight, right? AHN crushed us in the last round. They are very strong. Do not let that number fool you. So AHN would not be fun. I would also, I wouldn't mind going up against probably ENO. And the reason I say ENO, technically FFO is in the same world as ENO. This is, I believe, the first place alliance. No, second place alliance. They have a lot of strong cities, but it would be a way more of a fun fight. Like, I feel like it's more evenly matched. They don't have one crazy, almost 11 million officer power C-38 mid-range player who's going to destroy 39 to 40 million troops. So, cheers. And obviously, anyone down here, there's literally nobody down here that would scare me. Technically, the coolest thing that could happen in all of that, though, is if we got second place and both LDF and JRA got first place in their groups. It could be really fun to have like a 473 grudge match to see who is the best. Spoiler alert, it's us, but don't count LDF out because these guys will, like, Champ is in there again. So going up against Champ would be difficult, but I think we could take Champ down, right? I think we could take Champ down. Now, whether or not we want to or spend the money to, that's a whole different story. Because really, Triangle War, you can buy your way to a victory. Cough, cough, FFO, cough, cough. So yeah, it's worth talking about a strategy, right? And the whole reason I wanted to make this video was really around our strategy to attack FFO because they were the lower ranked nation. And they also, like, ONU has some scary people. Like DHB, their leader, is really strong, and they have 3 C-38s and a bunch of C-37s, right? Like, these guys have, on paper, way more power. The problem that we ran into is that we decided to push through FFO, and by pushing through FFO, I mean we had to fight off some of their stronger cities, right? We had to fight some of these kinds of cities. And so when you kind of get into this, right, you have all of these different people in FFO. Sorry, I got to scroll down to it now. That, made it more difficult on us, right? We're not winning multiple battles in a row, right? One, and then we get stuck there, right? Cedric managed to kill 2 people and then died on the third, right? They managed to kill 2 people, then die on the third. That's not bad. But then you have, Litrex, who lost. Well, I guess that was probably one of his later hits. But you can kind of see where, like, some people are dying on their first hits, right? And the goal you need to have in any of these is to kill at least 2 people per person in order to max out your points. So you need to be able to kill 2 people. And every person who fails to kill 2, right? Every person who just dies on the first one or fails to kill 2 means that somebody else has to make up that difference, and the only way to really do that is by attacking. Okay, but let's say you are the attacker, right? And you are the guy that is going to win this for your alliance. There's a specific item that you really want to focus on, and that is fight for power. The reason being is if you win a battle, you recover soldiers by 3.5% of the number in the event. So you get 3.5% of your troops back every single time you win a fight. And it adds up, right? The more of these you can do, the better. I mean, obviously, if you are winning so much so that you don't really have a lot of wounded and you want to use it on the next one, that's totally fine. Right? If you're this scary big Titan player that killed 40 million troops by themselves, hey, yeah, okay, that works. Like, if you're topping out all of these, yeah, should be fine. Um, I guess maybe I don't want to fight but you can kind of see where like 619, they're having a little bit of a grudge match at the top. And this guy, right, Onu, who's going to be coming up, I feel it in my bones, man. I can't wait for them to start actually attacking. Because I know mental's pretty scary strong. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that strategy, right? Making sure that you're using fight for power if you have a lot of tickets and you can't afford to do that. And really just make sure that you are taking good fights, that you're having somebody whose job it is to click for you when you're that big city, right? The big thing that dropped me today wasn't that I couldn't beat all of these cities. It's that I took 3 bombs, right? And every one of those bombs is 35,000 troops, right? So 35,000, 25,000, 25,000. I lost 100,000 troops to bombs. And yeah, all right, we had some of these guys that, dropped 60,000 troops, but I could have easily taken 2 more fights had I not taken 3 bombs. So, when it comes to your bigger players, making sure that you have somebody who is there to click for them is actually very beneficial. So if you are in a situation like today where our alliance has people who, only got a chance to attack once and they're just crippled, right? Like there's not much of a chance of them winning from there, right? They have 90,000 troops. Instead of attacking with that last 90,000, instead of attacking with that last, well, actually not a good example here. Instead of attacking with, not a good example there either. Wow. Kraken maybe? Nope. Okay. So these guys just literally went 1-to-1. Yeah. Wow. No good examples. But, if you're down to your last, here's a great example. If you're down to just your Titans, then you're a good click person because, your Titans are going to do damage, sure, but, taking that extra bomb for your allies is going to be more important than your Titans getting a few kills on the next hit. And it's also worth mentioning, if you were the one who's opening the bomb, right? You are the one who picks that bomb up, and you are the one who does that. Well, what do you actually get for it? So in this case, every bomb hit, which apparently you can't pull it up here. Maybe I can pull it up. Did it show up in my battle reports? No. But every single bomb hit on you, you get 3,500 experience for just taking the bomb. So just throwing that out there, like you're going to get more from that than your Titans would get, provided you're not able to do something like, I don't know, this. When your Titans can do that, ignore me, right? When you can just send Titans and they kill people, you're fine. But just throwing that out there, that 3,500 probably is going to be more than what Juan got from using his Titans in that battle. So, anyways, those are all the kind of strategies, the big things to understand, the big things to know about in this case, Triangle War. Sorry. So just keep that in mind. That's how you can win. And the goal really should be to win. So I hope everyone enjoys this. Please, of course, like, comment, subscribe. Really helps the channel out a lot. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day.